test 1, 2. There we go. There we go. Happy Monday. Let's see. So where were we? Let's see. So this Saturday, is it this Saturday? Yeah, technically it's this Saturday. We have to have our Warlords challenge in by Saturday, May 1st. I have to DM Sarantis with only one pick of my model unit. One. And only one. Greenwich Mean Time. So I'm almost done. Well, done being a relatable potentially word, but let's see here. All right. Alright, so let's get back to work on this. So we're gonna work on some detail for I don't think this is the right brush. See in a second. Maybe. Alright, so we're gonna work on some of the detail here. So we're working on our Cenobite Terminators, or inner circle. Just turn that fan away from me a little bit. Alright. Turn the music down just a smidge. There we go. Alright. Get the old Winsor Newton. Citadel starter brush. bum, 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 bum. Mm-mm. So we're gonna go in and do some of the nicks and stuff and the flaking on the armor where it would be at if it was more battle damaged. So edges, pointy spots, using what am I using? Lead belcher, sorry. Had a moment there. So we're just going in and cleaning up a little bit of the spots that would have gotten dulled down slightly from the washes, which we do want some dulling with the washes. It's kind of the point to get some of the metallic look down ever so slightly. And work on this. Hmm. Just real light, just drag it across. Sort of edge highlighting, but not really, not completely. Go in here and get this sword cleaned up. There we go. It's similar to edge highlighting, but not quite the same because we're trying to get like a battle chipping look. So I'm gonna guess it's switch over to the red for this. So we're going to do a couple things. We're going to do water this red down, get nice and smooth, and we come in here and we work it off of the just dragging it across the feathers of the wings, just trying to get a little bit of color back in there so it's not too grimy. And we go in there again, just catching it in some spots. And then dragging it right up here, almost a dry brush effect, just getting the highlights, the high points, sorry, of that. Same thing here, although we didn't get as much grime on this one, it seems like, but or not as much black. So that's good. Get a little bit more on the brush, and we're going to come in and just hit some of the spots on the plasma burner. Again, brightening it up. I don't like to go this way too often, but there we go. Just to brighten it up. Still want to leave the grime down, and then we'll just hit this a little bit. There we go. So there we go. That brightens up the red. Yeah. There we go. Maybe. Not exactly focusing very well. A little better there. A little better. Alright, let's see. Let's hit these bones up with a little bit of deepkin flesh. Now these are part of the base, these bones. So we just clean them up. We're gonna just hit them with a nice base coat of an off-white. And also thin, nice detail. This base coat, we're gonna go in and hit the pages of the book on the side ever so slightly, nice and steady. Nice detail. And we'll come back and get a little bit of that red again. Just a little dab. Ooh, I must have hit that. Just a little dab, just to catch the bookmark on there. Again, that bone's in there. And the parchment. Just catch some of it. There we go. That's good. And we're gonna let that dry. I want to get a little bit of wash down in there because it looks like I kind of missed a spot. Somehow the paint didn't get down in there. But yeah, there we go. That's some in there. Alright, so we'll let that dry up. We're going to come back to him in a little bit. So that's the sergeant. There's bases need cleaning up. Oh. Try adding a white background. Was it? Yeah, that's what I did with the little card. What's up, man? How you doing, Paul? Yeah, the black works pretty good compared to like the green, I guess. We're gonna come in here and do the edge of the hood, because at least as a reference for color, you know black is black. You can't quite always tell what color green my old mat was, so it was a little difficult to yeah, that's good, for people to necessarily gauge what colors I was using with a not every one of them has that. Okay. But yeah. Yeah. How are you doing? Ooh. Messed that up. How's work? Whoa. Hang on, let me finish this and I will read. For the backpack tech gear, how do you get from getting it bland? Wait, what? For the backpack tech gear. Oh, the back? I do, I do go back in, I clean up some of it. But it's the lead belcher, it's the metal. And when the wash goes over it, ooh, I gotta do those feathers. When the wash goes over it, it doesn't dull it down too much. But it it grimes it up a little bit depending on how you draw out the wash. You can kind of pull the wash where you want it to go, and get sort of a decent effect out of it. Now, I mean, you also go back in, and I'll go back in, which I don't know if it's obviously it's one technique. There's, you know, a lot of techniques that people do, and some people might say that me going back in is like increasing the amount of time. But what I do is I go in and I want to catch the highlighted areas a little bit just to bring them out a little bit more. And take a little bit of that antique look away and get a little bit of a metal look in there. It does make it a little dull, but at the same time, when you have a slight little pull of the metallic or the gold, or just a little line here or there, it'll brighten it up a little bit. So it's also on a contrast of black, essentially, so it's going to show out more on the black than anything else. If it was similar colors, I would definitely have to do a contrast more, like there's a layer here that is a it's a thinner layer, but it's much brighter, so you can do stuff like this and do a couple spots, and it really makes it pop. Just do like some edges, and it really brings in the metallic look, because it's a brighter than this. If you can kind of see them side by side, it's not that much brighter, but when this gets dulled down with the wash and you go in and touch it up with a couple spots, it does make this kind of pop out a little bit more. So by doing the edges, you get a little bit more of a in your face kind of thing going on there. Like I'll go in, I do want to go in and pick out some other spots with this particular where you just hit the very, very tips of like these studs. Very, very slight. And a little bit of chain here and there. Just the very, very tips. bring out the detail. Just to make it stand out ever so slightly. So it does have a little bit of a contrast in it. If the colors were too similar, then you wouldn't get the bigger contrast from working on the metallic and the black. I mean, it's another reason why I still stick with Citadel paints, is because I know kind of what the effect I'm gonna get when working with them. I know what the final outcome might be. So some people really prefer Vallejo. Some people use Army Painter. I have some Army Painter paints. I have not used them yet. But the idea for me is I know what my look is going to be when I use them. I know what the final effect is going to be. Because unfortunately, no paints nowadays really have the exact color. They always like to use their little cool, like, Rakarth Flesh, Eshin Gray, Deepkin Flesh, sort of their proprietary names to describe their colors. It's not like where you have, what do you call it, our good old boy, it's always streaming. That's what I was thinking. Adding contrast seems to bring out more details. Yeah, there's contrast and layers that you can do to kind of bring them up and make them pop. Like I'll go back in and I'll do some lighter colors in some of these areas. But in the meantime, I'll probably let me do some dry brushing actually. I'll probably, since some of this has to get submitted for the challenge, let's see, Dawnstone and Administrating Gray. Saturday, I'm gonna probably stop at a certain point. Because I can nitpick it for a while, but I'll stop at a certain point at least to take photos of it and submit. I didn't really get much on the brush there. Submit the photos to the dude that we're doing the Warlord challenge for. So now we're just going in and catching the edges again with the dry brush. It's this is the Army Painter Masterclass dry brushes. They're not too bad. They're a lot more durable, I think, than some of the other ones that I've dealt with. I'm pretty hard on dry brushes. I mean, in general, you're going to be hard on a dry brush anyway because you're dragging it, pretty rough across the surface, and they are a stiffer brush. I just want to start working on the bases because I want to eventually start cleaning up some of the I'll dull this one down just a little bit. It's a bit bright in some spots. You gotta work on the edge of the bases. Yeah, so I mean it's finding the colors that work. Good thing that's not very wet. We're gonna go back in and dull down the red on the edges of the cloak, or the hood, just a little bit, ever so slightly. A little bit of administrative gray. Work that in there. Take most of the paint off. The very outer edges. Get that pop. So that's how we get that like stone effect essentially on there, and then we'll clean up the edges. We gotta get you most of the paint off there. There are dry brush paints too, which I do have some of them, but I don't use them all the time. They're just a drier, less hydrated pigment that will allow you to transition much quicker to a dry brush or dry paint to do this. But I think at the same time it's not too difficult to get this effect. It's an old technique that goes some of the oldest techniques for painting miniatures, so it's not an unusual style, but the consistency of the paints are a lot less hydrated, moist, if you will. So again, just hitting the edges in here. We'll go in and we'll wash that skull a little bit with some wash. But there we go. Voila. Rinse it off real good. This is pretty much trash at this point. Oh hi. Oh hi. Oh hi, Mr. Hans Blix. How you doing, Karen? What's going on? I had a date night on Friday, and I ate way outside my my healthy diet. So I ate like Mexican, like a lot. I could, and I had that like that full stomach tiredness, so I couldn't even like keep my eyes open when we got back. So we were supposed to have date night on yeah, we were supposed to have a date night the week before, but I got my second shot and I was pretty much done for the world. I had a man cold at that point. So, but so I walk in. I hadn't been at work in a month, roughly, and I walk in, and I hadn't really seen this kid in a month or so. And the first thing he says to me, Moderna. First thing he says to me, he's like, "Oh, hey Jeff." He's like, "I heard you play Horus Heresy." I was like, and Warhammer. I was like, "What?" Yeah, I got the Moderna. Actually, one of the guys at work, his brother had one of those, had a bad reaction to, I don't remember what he got, but yeah, that's correct, yeah, not much of anything, the itis, yeah, yeah, I was like, holy shit, but yeah, his brother had like, not a seizure, not a, not a stroke, but practically did. And it's like really, really rare, you know. And neither of them, he's been out for like 3 weeks, but a really rare reaction. You know, it's like with the Johnson & Johnson, you have 6 blood clots in like 6 million, so it's unfortunate. Any shot, any vaccine, anything that enters your body that's not natural, you can have a reaction to, and it just sucks. I started laughing at him because I thought he was joking, because he was talking about his brother was drinking beer and it started to go down the side of his face, and I was like, well, you can't really tell your brother apart from that normally. So, and I was like, oh, wait a second, you're serious? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, that's true. If beer was dripping down his face any other time, I wouldn't have been able to tell. But I was like, holy shit. So, I mean, it's, you know, you hear about reactions and stuff like that, and it's unfortunate. It just sucks. Hopefully everything works out for him. He just had an MRI the other day. So, is that really dark? Yeah, I guess it is. So this base is basically, we're just working on this real quick and just gonna base coat. Wow, that gray is, well, I'm putting the gray on my palette on top of the administrative gray, so it really looks ridiculously dark. So this is Lionel Johnson's base, the Primarch of the Dark Angels. So I'm finally gonna do him, and I really don't now, because I dedicate essentially 7-8 hours a week for painting, for streaming. So I really don't do a lot of painting off camera. I do assemble, because I think assembling for the most part seems a little boring to watch, you know, unless it's something really complicated that I want to kind of show about. But I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Like, assemble your Death Guard on stream? You know? So some things I will sort of put together, like, I guess this would have been lion would have been interesting to assemble on base. Shut your mouth. Well, you know, I would have agreed with you in the past, and I got into this long conversation, a long debate with a dude at a con about it. So, and the reason I didn't like the Dark Angels either. All right, man. Catch you later, Paul. Get, just rest. Um, but some of the stuff he said from the fluff kind of made me think. Make sure I don't have paint on my glove. That the Malcador, the Sigillite, and the Emperor were in a conversation, and we know this to be true because we're third person looking in on it in a sense. But where they're discussing when they are not 100% sure of some of the Primarchs. They're not sure yet about Jangatai because they haven't. He's been cut off, so they don't know if he's cut off and so far out of touch that, or that is actually the truth, that he's so far cut off from communications, or that he's just gone silent because he's sided with the War Master. And of all the Primarchs, Jangatai was the one that came back and was trying to find out on his own without outside influence of what exactly happened. But anyway, so they're in a conversation about this, and the Emperor says to never doubt the Lion. He's always been loyal, and his loyalty is unquestioning. He's just cold and pretty calculating when it comes to it. He's an asshole. I'm not gonna lie. You know, you hate Imperium. Well, yeah, it's pretty messed up right now. It's not what the Emperor wanted it to be. It's sure as shit shocking for Robude when he woke up from 10,000 years of what the Imperium was then and what it was on the path to be, to what it is now, that has worshipped the Emperor like a god. Warlord Rowe just did a video not too long ago about the Emperor's plan is finally revealed, but I didn't watch it yet. And I think he's talking about current 40K timeline. Yeah, but the Necrons have to keep the Imperium going. They have to make sure that not all mankind disappears, because that's the closest life form to what they were before being slammed into their bodies. And in their eyes, they don't want to be what they are now anymore, because they were tricked. So they want to figure out, with the use of humanity, how to transfer themselves back. So there's a conversation between the Silent King. Well, it's not really the Silent King, it's someone speaking for the Silent King. But he supposedly, I don't know how true it is, either knew or met Sanguinius, and said he admired him and treated with him on several occasions. So there is some kind of respect, although we don't know how true that is, if he was just trying to manipulate Dante or what. But I'd like to think that some of the Primarchs absolutely are or were less than ridiculous in their mindset on dealing with Xenos. But oh, thank you, thank you. Who's that? Who's that? Mac0219. Thank you, Mac. That to the false emperor. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the Death Guard. Thanks, Mac. Yeah, I was very happy about it. I wasn't really paying attention. I did. We'll come back to that conversation there in a second, Karen. I did what a few people said is turn off the viewer count and the actual viewers online. They said don't pay attention to it. Just do your thing, do your role. You know, do whatever content you're doing, and then, you know, because if you see like zeros and stuff like that, you'll just it beats you up. Or you'll ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Are you ready? Karen, you paying attention? The Imperium magazine came. Yeah. Yeah, it was wasn't exactly packed very well, but did you get the email and all that crap with the hang on, let me go to it. I haven't opened it yet, but I probably should. Don't miss an issue. Well, the initial, here's the messed up thing. So they're not. I don't know if I streamed since I got this one. You might have saw it online a little bit too. But so where is it? So the first email I get back is Warhammer 40k Imperium. Dear Jeff, thank you for subscribing to Warhammer 40k Imperium. Your first 2 issues will be shipped to you in the next few days. We would like to inform you that the current release has been a limited regional run, which has now come to an end. This means no further payments will be taken and no further issues will be sent after 1 and 2. We will be launching this collection nationally in early 2022, and we'll be in touch with you when you then to continue your collection. We would like to thank you for supporting Warhammer 40,000 Imperium Limited Run, for which we have had an extremely positive response. We are looking forward to bringing the full collection to the United States of America soon, and can assure you that it will be worth the wait. I was like, why? So you're gonna get issues 1 and 2, and then next year you'll be notified via email. Check your junk mail too, because I found mine in the junk mail. Well, did they take the money for 3 and 4? I'm pretty sure they only took the money for 1 and 2 for me. I don't know. I gotta check. Okay. Yeah, I sent an email back. Um, it's like shotgun news. Um, so I sent an email back, like trying to understand what they initially meant. What did I say? I said, I'm a bit confused. I had purchased the items in question and subscribed to the magazine with the understanding that I would be receiving the issues along with the additional items listed for the deal advertised on the front page. Could you clarify why the original advertisement has been changed? I'm not really sure where to proceed with this now. Very respectfully, blah, blah, blah. And so they came back and said, hi, we're very sorry you are not happy with the way we have handled the short trial run for this collection. The limited regional run reflects Hatchet's standard practice when testing a potential new collection, which we do without any announcements, above-the-line marketing, or promotion, which has to be the case in order to establish a set of sales results that reflect demand on a national level. Okay. This approach was fully communicated to and approved by the licensor, Games Workshop. Unfortunately, it is not possible to bring any new collections to market without through this process and gathering the relevant data. We are very sorry for your disappointment and look forward to bringing you the full 80 issues and all free gifts in early 2022. Alright, whatever. Yeah. Who just came in and... Mac? Who was that? Mac, where'd he go? Mac0219, you still here? You got the email 11 days ago and still nothing. Yeah, mine came... Mine came... I'm looking for it again. Initially on the 15th, and I think I got mine... $11 days ago, and when did I threw it away, but it only came a couple days ago. So it wasn't like, you know, you should be getting your... Oh, that was the other thing. I got some kind of shipping notification. What was it? There was a shipping notification from a really unusual source. I can't... I must have deleted it, but it was a really odd shipping, like I'd never seen. Like it transitioned to UPS or something like that. But it was really an odd ship notification. Yeah, so that's the torso of the line right here. He's already undercoated and stuff. So we're gonna there's a lot of little bits to put together. I armed him with the lion sword too. You know, some people are like, oh, you can magnetize him. Eh. Eh. Oh yeah, sight's gone. For me, I couldn't even remember where it was, and so I just didn't bother. I was like, oh, okay. Alright, so we're gonna do... No, not Esh and Gray. We're gonna do Lead Belcher. And do the bottom of the shoes. Yeah, I was just like... I don't know. I've never run into that before, but whatever. I mean, as long as they actually start the run, you know. Huh? I didn't clean up these. I did not clean up these. What are you gonna do? You know. You can go to eBay and try and buy it there. Yeah, I was too, but I hope, you know, what they said, that it actually got a really positive result. I would think so. I mean, we waited all this time for, at least we can get, you know, some other things. We can get the Japanese stuff now. The Japanese miniature runs are in the U.S. now. The limited miniature. Oh, do you have those Death Guard? The Japanese collectible Death Guard minis? Yeah, I have the Death Guard set too. I actually got the full set on eBay for like 90 when I first saw it, free shipping. So that wasn't too bad. I was willing to pay that. It wasn't too bad of a kick in the balls, you know, for 90 bucks. But yeah, dude, I know. I'm with you there, man. Like, I was a little disappointed, but at the same time, maybe this'll, I don't know. I was just, you know, what am I gonna do? A bunch of people on some of the pages were posting about it too. They were like, "What the hell is this?" On some of the Facebook pages. But yeah, I like the it's really it's a nice set. Everything about. I didn't put all the I actually put them on their bases, but I didn't put all the Nurglings on there, which you probably did because you love Nurglings. I put some on, not all of them. Well, no, listen, it's not GW really doing the. They don't really have control on the Curse City thing. We were talking about that the other day, me and my buddy on the phone, about how can they have a huge demand that people want, and I'm not trying to suck up to GW by any means. Hold on a second. No, you know what? I don't. No, they don't have 100% control of manufacture right now, because manufacture keeps getting shut down in the UK. Although they did buy another building. I talked to a buddy of mine over there. They bought a second building. They don't make it all in the UK. They don't. They make they don't make all the plastics in the UK. They made all the plastics minus part of them in the UK for the Curse City. Now, they made the heroes were farmed out, and the paper products were China. So the boxing and all the paper products and cards. I know it's marked and made in the UK. I understand that. Yes. But this part, I I know it says, like, somebody was just like, it literally says it's made in the UK. I get it. I understand that. But they only have 5 machines, right? So this stuff, where is it? If you'll notice, these were not made in the UK. But minis themselves, they do in the UK, which is everything is so. These were not made in the UK. So anything that's an unusual color plastic, like this stuff isn't made in the UK. This is China, man. That's why it's made, even though the paper product, like the paper product says manufactured by Games Workshop, Willow Road. Not. But they only have 5 lines, 5 machine lines in their warehouse right now. They bought a second one, second building, not on site. Well, they bought a second building, not on site, and then just before they finished purchasing it, the inspector said that the power to the building could not support manufacturing machines, so they got set back on that. But they have runs already scheduled. I don't know what they are. I can't find out any more than that. But basically, the machines are scheduled on runs. Well, because of their choices, I'll never buy a secondary game from Games Workshop. Yeah. I don't know. I'll still buy shit from them, unfortunately. But, it's plastic crack. But they have, they're scheduled, the machines are scheduled already to run a certain amount of time, and then they've already got them booked up for the next runs of whatever it is. Why would you change over to Kings of War, honestly? Just out of anger? Or you just hate the game that much? Would it be a matter of principle and anger? Or that you like... I've never actually played Kings of War. I do like some of the minis, though. But it's not... It doesn't seem very popular around here. As much. But... I'm just... I prefer actual fantasy, and I would play... You won't play... Yeah... AOS... I like the Night Haunts. I like the idea of a ghost army. And I love the idea of the new blood, like the vampires, but I like the idea of like a vast army of skeletons, more like that. But unfortunately, you just can't really play them like that. I don't think you wouldn't really win anything. But who the fuck cares? But anyway, but yeah, I'm more of an old world kind of person. Not really into the Sigmarines, but I do like the ghosts. Pretty much a cleaned up fantasy. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. They supposedly they are going to do an old world game to go back to, because there's been so much want for the old world, so they're gonna do it similar to the Horus Heresy. So I guess Square Bases will come back for that. From hearing people talk about AOS, it's more meta-gamey than 40k. What do you mean? Oh, like the meta? I don't know. I never really played I always play with I find an army that I like and I think is cool, and I just play it, whether it's a winner or a loser. You know, I'll pick a theme and go with that. But did you read about the dude in the ITC? Yeah, meta, yeah. Um, um, the dude cheating in ITC and getting banned for a year on stream. They were streaming the table. Idiot, man. I mean, he's never gonna come back from that. You know, even a 1-year ban. You know, a top player. Essentially, he's got a permaban because people can deny him entry. After that, you know, if you do an ITC and he comes up, I don't see why any GM would be like, or they would just scrutinize the shit. Yeah, I don't either. And he was a top player too, so you wonder how many times and how many games he's cheated before that. That, when I was watching the video, it's funny you should mention that. When I was watching the video of his temp ban, I'm going to paint while I'm talking here. On the sidebar in YouTube, a ton of Magic the Gathering stuff came up. Of cheaters. A ton. And there's like one dude that's permanently banned now, I think. That he just did so much stuff. Like, I can't remember the dude's name. I'd have to look in my if you knew the name. The thing is like some of that is when we were at, what was it, PAX East? Magic the Gathering, the online version, was like $1 million in prizes. But that you can't cheat with the with the video game version. You just can't, because there's, you know, you're not, you know, it's automatically putting cards in your graveyard and stuff like that. But like the one dude was like, took a card, didn't put it in his graveyard, put it back in his hand, and like, I played Magic when it first came out, and I loved it. But when I started playing people that were so horrible to play, so unfun, and it's the same thing that drove me out of tournaments in what do you call it? Warhammer 40k, because they were just, people were so bad, min-maxing and stuff like that. And so toxic. I hate to use that word, but they really were. Like, I just couldn't, you know, I couldn't take it. But people were so bad in Magic too back in the day, that I didn't want to, you know, play. It wasn't fun, at all. Like the guy that was narrating the cheating, he was talking about the deck that the guy had, and he was like, it's such a powerful deck already. Why are you even cheating? I forget what deck it was, but the guy talking about it, because again, somebody's videoing it, you know, or it's streaming or whatever it is. Do you think, he's like, if people were calling him out on stream, you know, same thing with Magic the Gathering, because they're watching. Because everybody that plays that game, that watches the streams, they know what the cards do. And they know the rules. You know, I still remember the rules. Like, there was one specifically I remember, like, in turn 1, 2, 4, 5. It was turn 3. He had 6 lands out. And he had, what is it, half of the time? They don't realize that I do. I have Frotor points from the old GP and oh, okay. Well, it's always nice when they underestimate. If you're not like one of the big name guys, then they're just like, oh, who's this guy? But yeah, he had 6 lands out on turn 3, and he did 2. Is it seasons? Is that what you're saying? But he did 2 of them, but he should have only had 5. And the guy filming actually was just like, "What turn is it?" Like you could tell he's like eyeballing it, and he's like 3, and he's like, "Oh, it's 4." He says 4, and his opponent says, "Well, that's actually 3." And he's like, "Oh yeah, 3." And he's like, "How many lands is that?" And he immediately says 2, 2 of the seasons, I guess. And like already like trying to defend his cheesing, you know. Um, it's just so good. It's so good when people break that stuff down. So good. Turn 3 is a max of 3 normally without other effects. Yes, it was. No, that I get. Yeah, that I remember that part because you put a land down per turn. But he put a land down, and then played a spell effect to pull another land on turn 2 because he was able to do it with two lands. So then he ups it to 3, and then turn 3 he plays it again if he's got it in his hand, which I guess he did. And then he's up to is able to play a 4th land and a 5th land. But he had 6 lands out there. He just decided to put, another land. And somebody was like talking about how he was like, doing stuff to put stuff back into his deck, and he basically picked up the deck and looked at the bottom. They saw him doing like in video, especially when it's videoed, you can break stuff down. He pulled 2 at some point. Yeah. Yeah, and PAX Unplugged. I've watched some games, but because some of my friends will go and they'll play and stuff like that. But there's just so many people playing, and the attitude seems really good there. Like if you have a problem, but I've seen people call judges for stuff, and I'm like, oh. Same thing for ITC judges. It's just easier to. I would prefer to work stuff out at the table myself, but if I had a real issue with somebody's the way somebody's doing stuff, I would call a judge in ITC too. All right, so we're gonna go back to the I got poison ivy because I was doing yard work on my wrist. Look at that. Now you can't see it. But that one's kind of bad. Ugh. The glove isn't helping. If you don't, you also get a penalty. Competitive play, you must call a judge. It's a failure to maintain game state violation. Oh, is that what it is? Is that why I hear judge yelled out so many times? Okay. That's why. Got it. Got it. That makes sense. Damn, Carrion, you're super nerd. Yeah, I was playing World of Warcraft. I'm playing Classic again, and I don't know if you're familiar with that. I would assume so. But I was saying something to somebody about getting a threat meter and stuff like that. I said if you don't, you're going to see some nerd rage as you get higher level. And they were like, which one is a warning? 2 is a game. Lost 3 Match lose 4. You're gone. You're gone. He gets 1 for cheating, and if you don't catch and report, you get a failure to maintain game. Really? So if somebody cheats and you don't catch it, you get a penalty? Seems rather seems a little rough. A little rough. I would think if you knew he cheated and you let it go, it'd be even worse. Like you just letting a cheater go by, but yeah. Ah, I guess I can kind of see that, why they do that. I guess I can see it. Not sure what I want to do with that cloak. I don't know if I want to do gold or just leave it green. It's annoying. Annoying. So this is a 3D print of an alternate Vulcan that I'm base coating the armor for, and then this is the Lion. But Vulcan is supposed to be one of the largest Primarchs anyway, so it's why I don't recommend competitive events for new players. Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't. You. Like some people are just like, oh, why don't you come back and play Magic again? I'm just like, I'm too disenchanted with it. Way too disenchanted. A buddy of mine just bought and reinvested, or essentially made an investment. He bought the Power 9. He was telling me about it, that he was gonna do it, and I'm like, do you have the money for that? And he actually took a personal loan because he got it at such a cheap. I don't want to say cheap. Such a yeah. Oh yeah. He got it because somebody was essentially hurting for money, and he got it cash, and resold it all. Yeah, so I was just like, I think about the amount of Moxes and Lotuses I unloaded back in the day for $20. Yeah, I sold my old stuff way before the time was. But when he said the Power 9, I'm so out of Magic, but he still said it, and I knew what he was talking about. And I'm like, where are you getting the money for this? But he did. He took a personal loan, and I don't know what he sold it all for. I don't think he got the full price. I don't know. I gotta ask him next time I talk to him on the phone. I'll find out. So we're going over to the Heavy Intercessor Captain now. Doing the feat. Oh. It sucks. Middle school. Would have been, I guess, high school when I started playing. When it came out, it was Al-Qadim. No, Al-Qadim's Dungeons & Dragons. It would have been the desert one, the artifacts, maybe, and then the Halloween one would have been what I played. I cannot remember the names. And then after that, well, after that I went in the army. So Arabian Nights, yeah. What is it? Arabian Nights or is that the D&D one? I don't know anymore. And I mean, yeah, it probably was, but yeah, it would have been because I used a red deck. I loved the red deck because it had the rock in it. Rock egg, I think. Essentially, you could block with it and then became a flying creature. Look at me! I remember things. I don't remember. There's a lot of gins. People would do a gin deck, though, I think. Um, but yeah, it was essentially I say the Halloween one, but it wasn't Halloween, but it was, very spooky, Halloweenish themed. Antiquities, yep, and legends. All Hallows Eve, the card. But there was, I thought there was. What was it? Arabian Nights, Antiquities and Legends. Yeah, maybe I am. I thought there was more. Man, now I gotta Google. Now you got me Googling crap. They were. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What? Oh, no. Oh, really? So stupid. Let's see. The dark. So I played up until the dark. That's what it was. Sorry, I just read your other one that they banned Crusade. Oh, that's so stupid. That's so dumb, man. God. Yeah. And that just and that got flagged because you put gypsies in there too. Oh, God almighty. So I had to click allow. You're gonna get me banned now. No, I I don't know. That's just funny though that they did that. Stupid. Now you got me looking at Magic the Gathering stuff. Storyline. However, the first novel, and I think it's Gathering Dark Book Tales of John. I never read any of the books, but there are obviously there's a whole story and everything about that. You know, the whole series. Darklands, Sacrifice Tribal, Ashes to Ashes, Self-Hosing, Cooperation, Ball Lightning, oh, I remember Blood Moon. Yeah, there we go. Maze of Ith, Torment's Crypt, Sorrow's Path. Yeah, I never got to Fallen Empires. No way. I don't even remember that. Although it was released in '94, November. I went in the Army in '95, January, so I probably wasn't really paying attention then. Mechanics. Ice Age. No. I was pretty much, at that point, I wasn't really... Print run, 75 million. Mechanics, Sacrifice Tribal Poison. Mechanics, Legendary Permanents. Enchant Worlds, Multicolors. Antiquities. Yeah, Arabian Nights was cool. Curd Ape, oh yeah! City in a Bottle. Library of Alexandria. Yep. Until a few years ago, you could still get packs for under $1. It was so bad. Fallen Empires was terrible. Oh, was it really? Huh. I know they do a lot of releases. I see it's like a big deal at the hobby store, the brick and mortar hobby store that I go to. It's not, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, what are you doing? They're like, oh, we're getting ready for release because they will get swamped. So when a release comes, releases are always good for them. Which, I mean, by all means, I'm fine with that because it helps pay the bills and keeps the store, open. So good for them. Huh. Oop. That is for that. Crap. So, also, PAX Unplugged is happening this year. 100%. 100%. December. Very happy about that. And if I have to wear a mask, it's just even better because I don't have to smell unwashed bodies. Well, so there's that. The best card is Hymn to Tarak, and it's been reprinted. Nerd Funk is never good. Oh yeah, dude, when you're in line, not that I really have to wait in line, but when you're in line for check-in and there's already a stench, I'm like, you just got here. You just got here. The convention hasn't even started yet, and you already stink. Maybe it's excitement smell. Maybe since I quit smoking, I could smell everything. No, that's not true. I could always smell Nerd Funk. But it's like that at every con, though. I forewarn people that have never been to a con. I'm like, well, do you know what BO is? Oh, sorry. Look, I know when I sweat I'm working or working out or whatever it may be, doing yard work in the summertime, I know I'm not pleasant to be around. I get it. But I also like to put deodorant on for not for me, for everybody else. You know, so um but what is this? Now what got flagged? I've yelled take a shower, you fell bastard more than once. There we go. You know what? If anything else, you are going to allow me to permanently allow words into my stream by knocking them out. You have gotten flagged more than anyone else for words. I thank you that thank you for that, Carrion. Thank you very much. I don't think I have profanity filter on. So I don't know why. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, especially if someone's staying in the hotel right there at a con, you have a shower. So essentially, you're paying for it. Freedom of speech prevails. Yeah, there's very few words. Well, obviously, you know you don't even have to think about some of the words that I'm not gonna allow. You know, in here, because then I'll get a ban. So I don't really want that. I don't really want to hear them anyway. But I guess I wouldn't really be hearing them. But anyway, so let's move on from that one. But yeah, I'm not really offended by swear words. So, um, but so we're using corn red here real quick, really watered down, and just pulling it into the cloak. I used a big brush, but when I get in there for the other details, I'll when I'm using Mephiston red, I'll I use a smaller brush. But corn red's a good base. It has more of an orange look, I think, when it dries. So, but this is the heavy intercessor captain, and we're gonna do the head's gonna stay black to identify. Yeah, rarely. Um, some lead belcher and gold on the skull. But for me, for the salamanders, I use black to identify heavy weapons and heavies uh, as a whole, as a black helmet with some gold on it. Gold I use for command elements and things like that. The Twitch no-nos are, of course, up. Yeah. 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 Well, I found out other Twitch no-nos. So that I didn't understand. Hang on, I'm just going to switch out the water real quick. Leave the camera going. Yeah, I've got some British friends, that have some no-nos that they explained to me that aren't necessarily no-nos here, but they're no-nos there. And I was like, oh, okay. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Where did I put? People are great, aren't they? Let's see here. All right, so we're gonna do Lead Belcher. Jesus, it's already 9:45. My God. Put my hand in wet paint. Can't believe it's 9:45 already. But we're just gonna go through and paint most of the metallic stuff with Lead Belcher. Get a base coat of metal on there. Yeah, I'll be at PAX Unplugged for sure. So many good games there. We actually had a good time playing the stupid giant Jenga game. 2 years ago, I guess it would have been now, when it was there. You know, because they have like a bunch of free play games and things like that. There, they just had a big giant Jenga set in the one area, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a good time. I'm wondering how much its participation is going to get affected. PAX Unplugged, though, doesn't have as many foreign, like obviously like PAX East, PAX West. If you're near PA, there's a miniatures convention. Lancaster, yeah, like Winter Wars, I think is what it's called. It's just Minter game. Yeah, I think it's Winter Wars or something along those lines. I have some friends that go to that. They've been trying to drag me to it. Yeah, it's a lot of good games there too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm close. I wouldn't say I'm like, because I'm in New York. But I'm not like real far away. So, but I'm probably from Lancaster. It's probably like 4 hours, maybe, from me now, maybe. Because it's kind of past Philly and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, they've been talking about going. It's probably canceled this past year. Hopefully it'll go next year. I forget when it is. Obviously it's probably in the winter. It was. I'm in Delaware. Oh, that's right. You're Delaware. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad. There was at least for what do you call it? PAX Unplugged. There were some really good tournaments running. I don't know if they had Kings of War. War Machine was kind of big. I don't remember everything that was there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, but it's all tabletop games and stuff like that. Magic the Gathering has a big presence. Bolt Action. There was like a D-Day board for bolt action. Really big. Really, really big. 2 years in a row that they set up there. March, okay. Well, that makes sense. That, Winter Wars. Kind of get it now. Yeah, I couldn't remember when it happened. Yeah, definitely. There's no way it happened this year. No way. But it might happen. I think it would. If PAX Unplugged happens in Philly in December, I think we're getting to the point now where some areas are getting the, well, unfortunately, not places that were hammered by it, that were not hammered by it, so they're still going to have a little bit of a problem, are getting the herd immunity. Well, there's two ways to get the herd immunity. There's immunizations, and then there's just everybody that's susceptible to it gets it and survives. But I think in the news, I think I saw some of the Native American tribes were actually going to be the first ones to reach herd immunity, technically, because of immunizations and people getting it. Makes sense. It's a little more isolated, smaller of a community, although they got a little hammered by it. Sadly. Here in New York, we have our awesome retirement home cover-up, so that's always nice. Once someone gets it, everyone gets it. Yeah, well, I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. So, there's a lot of people in the world that belong in jail that just never will go there. Never, ever will. I had somebody that I know when I mentioned I got immunized. Oops, this is off camera. They asked why, and I didn't understand what they meant by why at first. Like, I was like, well, what do you mean why? And they're like, why would you do that to yourself? And I was like, what? And then they said, it rewrites your DNA. And I'll never be the same again. Let that sink in. He's on the right side of politics. Oh yeah, let's not talk about retard up in Albany. Yeah. So I was like, what do you mean it's gonna rewrite? But so I said, what, like the Hulk? I said, well, I guess superhuman strength. She didn't like that. She didn't like me making fun of her. because I can't not anymore. I can't not. It gets to the point now where I hear stuff like that, and I just. Another person at work said that they didn't think it was fair that they were going to start making people get immunized, and I said, well, I don't think they're making anybody get immunized. And they said to travel, you need to be. And I said, well, especially to other countries. Yeah, I could see why. And they said that's not right. That's unconstitutional. And I said, if you're going to another country, it's not our constitution. My dad says I belong in jail, but he just thinks that's because he used his credit card to snort cornflakes when I was 17. And I also set his car on fire. What? Kimson Kreb. Do I know you? I mean, these are very interesting things that you're bringing to life. Nope. Okay. All right. My dad said I belong in jail, but he just thinks that because you used his credit card to snort cornflakes when I was 17. It's did you at least like chop them up first? And I also. Like a little bit, maybe dice them up before you went for the old snort. I mean, if you're really a man, you'd have snorted fire ants like Ozzy Osbourne, but no, I was really high on cocaine when I did that. 17. That's impressive. You gotta be careful with this stuff nowadays. It's all cut with fentanyl sometimes. Fire. Nope. I feel like I should know you. That's funny. Cocaine when I did that. Well. How'd your dad find out? Well, I guess you set his car on fire, so never mind. Would have been like I would have stared clear. Well, welcome to the stream, Kreb. Kasim Kreb. Welcome. I see you have some interesting experiences in your life. Thank you for joining us. It's funny. Alright, so we're using Steel Legion Brown to do the scabbard. You go to Reddit enough, you'd probably recognize me. I shitpost a lot on there. Mostly the 40k subreddits. See, Reddit is a rabbit hole, man. And if I go there, I do. Most of the time, it's like, it's like going into like Walmart or Target. You go there for one thing, and you leave with like way more than you decided to go in there for. Like I never seem to get accomplished what I originally did because I avoid Reddit. Yeah, sometimes I do. Sometimes you have to go there for some. Well, you don't have to, but there's some things that I like to go to. Um, but it is a rabbit hole that you could go down all kinds of different subjects. Some of them are good. Reddit is hit or miss. It's actually kind of admin now, sort of. Kind of. Kylie Kreb. I'm gonna have to look a little deeper. You know, actually, speaking of shit talking, a lot of GW miniatures in the past few years have looked really good, but the Monday reveal, for me, I was not impressed with that Sister of Battle mini. I paint professionally, so Reddit is one of the few places I get a decent amount of exposure. Okay. Really? Reddit? Not like Instagram or maybe not Twitter, but I thought Instagram was pretty popular. Maybe I stand corrected. I just don't know how to navigate. It's like lice, but with a K. Oh, it's kite. Okay. I got it. Like lice, but with a K. Fair enough. Well, welcome. Very nice. I'm gonna have to. Do you stream it all, or you just? I don't remember seeing your name. That doesn't mean anything, though. That doesn't mean anything. Instagram has a flood of people posting pictures. Yeah. Yeah. If you don't hashtag them the right way, you can kind of get lost a little bit there, yeah. For sure. Oh, you do commission work? I mean, not large enough. If you're pro, let's make you even larger. Let's see here. Oh, well, alright. Oh, you're doing a board. Wow. Is it a board or a diorama, or is that like an army board? Army display board? I'm gonna have to watch some of that stuff. Now I'm following you. I think I just followed you. It's a diorama for a Chaos Titan. Yeah, I saw the feet. I wasn't sure. Very cool. Wow. That's a little bit of everything, man. Mud effects, water effects. A trench full of blood, pretty much. Ah, poor Ultramarines. Couldn't happen to a better. Couldn't happen to a better chapter. Do you have your Instagram linked? About. There we go. Instagram. Follow. You do that apron justice. I like the good hot metal effects. I like that. Very, very nice. Ooh, that eye looks good, man. Wow. That's nice. Is that a commission or is that yours you're working on right now? That Titan. That's not me in the apron. I didn't think it was, but I was just saying. I thought it was funny. Man, you need to clean that counter. No, I'm joking. Nice. Wow. The glow effect on that Necron reanimator thing on the orbs. That is nice. That is really cool. Really, really cool. Let me share that. Oh, did you really? I can't print. My plate is not big enough to do, I don't think, a Titan. It would have to. I would have to break it up so much, and it would be weeks of printing. Let me share this. Shut up. Oh, the Titan. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. What do you mean the Titan is commissioned? That entire thing was finger painted and craft paints? The Titan? Or the tripod? I don't even know if I can take you serious. The reanimator is finger painted and craft. Wow! Holy cow. Let me share this window real quick here. Let me open this. So you can see this shit. Done. Look at this thing. Is that not ridiculous? That glow effect in there. I'm gonna be able to see this in here, and the two separate spots in there and there. It's like 2 minutes of printing. Yeah, oh yeah. He's saying this is finger painted or finger painting and craft paints. Okay, I see what you're saying. You didn't finger paint it with your fingers. That's where I was like, bullshit. The glow is color shifting craft. Okay. It looks so good, man. Oh my god. That's so good. I like primer was an airbrush, yeah. Shit, I didn't want to go to that. Not that I don't like that. Base layer was also airbrushed. Yeah, once again we come to the airbrush that I seem to be terrified of. I have two. Two in the closet, right over there. I just love this glow. Aw, Carrie Ann, look at that. Poor guys. Poor guys. Wow. Yeah, look at the amount of hashtags. Holy shit. The paint is shocking lime green. Death to the False Emperor. It's a... there you go. The Gunners. The Armadurai. Nice. Decrepit. I mean, I like my Warhound, but let's be honest. The ooh, that's nice. Gives it a nice, real good visceral. Where'd the hen go? No, I have. I just love it. The detail. Spies like us. Spy versus spy. It's creepy. It's a great model. That's creepy. That's nice. I love the damage effects. Very nice. Nice turbo laser glow. I'm not giving you the finger, I'm just scratching my eye. Yeah, all that little goopy in spots. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Become one with the Titan. Was it really? Did it take that? That was a short amount of time. That's so cool. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that it would be ink. Oh, then we go into the rig. Dude, carnage. Nice. Painting Dad! Hey! Thanks for the raid, dude. Thank you very much. Your old rig. What'd you do tonight, man? What were you working on? We're just over here doing some Dark Angels myself and doing some Primaris Heavy Intercessor. Thank you for the raid. Most appreciative. Very, very cool. I don't have any... Hey. I don't have any cool cool emojis for everyone to cheer with, but definitely give the... It's one thing I gotta eventually come up with is the emojis. Trying to sculpt a miniature heart is incredibly difficult. Yeah, I would imagine so. What'd you work on, Dad? Playing games, or were you actually painting? Anyone that came over with the raid with him, thank you very much for coming on by. I haven't really been talking too much Grimdark lore tonight. Mostly, I don't know. Carrion, what have we been talking about? Carrion's been insulting the Dark Angels. There's that. Which, not that that's a difficult thing to do. Oh, yeah, that's right. I popped into your stream when you were doing that before, I think. That is real. See, that's one of my regrets. is there's so many miniatures and so many games out there that I can't do everything. But I love some of the Star Wars Legion minis. I really, really do. They have Mandalorian minis for them now, from like the series. Oh no! Why did you tell me that? Oh man, that's no good. When I say no good, that means it's just gonna. That's something to divert my attention. Man. Now I'm gonna have to. I know what I'm gonna. Hang on, let me write that down, because I'm gonna have to Google some of that stuff. They're hard plastic too. Oh God, man. Star Wars Legion. I'm gonna have to look for that stuff later. Like, do they have like everybody from the Mandalorian series that matters? All Legion minis are hard. But yeah, that's a. Oh, Carrion. That's also what I've seen at PAX Unplugged was Legion. People playing Legion, Star Wars Legion. I mean. I think this brush is on its way out. And did I grab the wrong brush? From the Clone Wars TV show or Rebels? Wow, that question basically tells me that the answer is yes to a lot of my questions there. It's a square Amanda War. Oh, okay, from the Clone Wars TV. Got it. The set is based on Clan Ren from one of the. Yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, I watched Clone Wars. So I know what you're talking about. Got it. Oh, man. Still. Man. I just saw some minis on one of the 3D print sites of the Old Republic, like some old Sith minis, and I was like really impressed with the detail that the STL either was a rip-off STL or one that somebody made, and I was very impressed with it. It's intriguing to me because I'm tempted to try and do a lightsaber glow. Because I think that would be an interesting aspect to do, and plus you have all kinds of different sabers colors to do if you're going to do Jedi. They're a little bit smaller though, I think, right? And the heart is finished. How big are you? Is the heart for the? Oh, I'm off. Sorry. Is it for the Titan, or are you doing it for something else? Oh, okay. For the display board for the what do you call it? The I can't think right now. For the Chaos Titan, the Warhound. Very cool. I did I didn't do display board for mine. Mine's also not done yet. Um, I did however do a round base for it with I found cake bases, like 12-inch round, nice hard plastic that I chose to do with the as the main base for my Warhound Titan. God, man, Dad, you came in here and you got my mind racing about these Star Wars Legion minis. Now, ugh. Man, oh man. I'm just gonna blame you. My girlfriend asks me why I'm spending more money. Be like, well, Dad. Who's Dad? Well, you see. Now I'll come back to all this stuff. When I wash it, it's gonna take the gold and bring it down to a much more antiqued look. Than what I've got now, because now it's way too bright. But you'll see, like it'll come down to something. No, that's not washed either. Shoot. I don't have anything up on the to-do list that's washed either. Well, you'll see. You'll see. You'll see. If not tonight, Friday. So. What's up, gamers? Oh yeah, I'm totally throwing the blame on you. Well, hello. Thank you for coming on by. Yeah, Karen, I'm tempted to pick up a King's War set. I don't know how good the main set is, what it comes with, but I always used to really like their zombies, and their dwarves were kind of interesting too. I'm a traditional dwarf lover. 84 minutes. 84 minis for the starter. The zombies and ghouls are great for Mantic, yeah. For sure. I'm not a huge... The thing is you only have so much money to go around. Well, maybe not you guys, but I only have so much money to go around for God, this brush is on its way out. Very sad. But I have a lot of minis that are not painted. I have a shelf of shame that it's very sad. Now I gotta look at the Kings of War starter set. Ugh. It's very easier to forget that way. That's good. I like that. Now I gotta look at the... Oh, man. You know, I just reloaded Diablo 3 too. And can we really call ourselves Warhammer fans if we don't have a pile of shit? Well, that's true. That is true. Oh, that's so funny. Got Kings of War. Featured. Getting started. Which one are you talking about, Karen? The 84 minutes. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, I'm looking at. Look up Skullforge Studios if you want nice Star Wars. Oh, come on. Ooh, goblins and ratkin. Kind of want their undead. Let's be honest. Undead Elite, Undead Army. I think I got Avatars of War Slayers. Or Berserkers. One time Mummy's Troop, Undead Werewolves, Undead... Some of the sculpts are not amazing, but then some of them... Like, I like their ghouls. I like their ghouls a lot. I'm not really impressed with the Undead Vampire on an Undead Pegasus, but Undead Skeleton Horde. That's a lot of skeletons in that box. Yeah, they're not bad. Not bad at all. I wouldn't have painted them all the same. I would have made them like like basically like in all different colors, different armies, different. $44. How many is that? 40 skeletons. Some are not great, some are just cool. Yeah, no, I'm with you. The ghouls are cool. The zombies. Yeah. Okay, yeah, some of these zombies are really cool. Man, I might have to get that. How much? $44 for 40? Yep. I saw the dwarves. They're not called dwarves. They're called Forces of the Abyss or something like that. Yeah, Abyssal dwarves. Although this Undead Revenant King on an Undead Worm is really cool. The paint job is not amazing, but the miniature is badass. Base seems a little small, but resin. Vampire Lord on an Undead Dragon, Undead Elite Army. I don't really like the Undead Gravestalkers. 4 zombies, 4 ghouls. Oh, 4 sprues. Okay. $30 and tombstones. It's a good way to start. What's this? Basilian. It's like a weird combination of high elves and something else there. Interesting. I don't know what the heck that is. Mantic goblins, I could consider doing them from D&D. Orcs, goblins. Dude. The wolves or whatever they're riding with the big mouths that are open are pretty cool. That is kind of neat. Where are they? Legates troop. What are they? Mob beasts? I guess. That is pretty cool. Orc troll bruiser. Legally distinct squigs. Yeah. Goblin sting it. Very cool. Goblin sneak. Empire of Dust. Oh, Tomb Kings. Salamanders. Oh, it's like a lizard man. Oh, like salamanders, like the slads or something like that. Interesting. Works. Yeah, I think so too. I wonder what's going to happen when they when the old world comes out. Some nice models in here. Some of these orc models are really cool looking. Very, very cool looking. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Glimmer Fox. I appreciate it. I can't always hear my alert for some reason. That's something I gotta work on. What is off about these dwarves that I can't quite put my finger on? I like them, but then the heads? No, not all of them are that bad. They got like this bulwark regiment, berserkers. Rock. Some cool stuff in here. Oh, I've seen this berserker lord before. Yeah. Warsmith. It's pretty cool. It's like an Atlantean cult. Well, like Naga styles. They're Night Stalkers. Shadow Hulk. Oh, it's like... What the... Like weird demonic... Some kind of interesting stuff. Night Stalkers, huh? Northern Alliance. Bear Riders. Kings of War Anniversary diorama. Which is kind of cool. Warband booster. Klansman with two-handed weapons. Thing. Some really cool stuff in here. Lord and Scald. Intriguing. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it a night just because it's getting late for me. But I'll be on Friday. Thank you so much for the raid, Dad. I appreciate it. Thanks for the follow. Carrion, Painting Dad, and everybody that came by. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Kreb, I look forward to more of your work. Definitely. I'll definitely take a look at your Instagram stuff. Sorry, I'm like phasing here. I'm starting to like lose my awareness, but yeah, definitely I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'm usually a little more awake, but I'm actually out of coffee, so in the house. Which kind of sucks. So I drank the last one. I thought we had more, but it seems I did not. But everybody, thanks for coming by. I'm going to be working on finishing up the Dark Angels Inner Circle and the Praetor for Cervantes' Warlords Challenge. I got to have pictures submitted to him. I want to get them submitted and emailed to him, one picture per the unit and the hero, when I'm done with the stream on Friday. So, because he needs it for noon for the voting. I don't know that I'm going to win, but I've missed his last two challenges. I've fallen behind. So, if you get a chance, check out Painting Dad, give him a follow. Kreb, definitely give him a follow. Take a look at his work on Instagram. And Cervantes, the painting community is very supportive of each other. It's probably been the most welcoming community I've ever come across. Some really great guys out there, really talented artists. I enjoy watching a lot of their streams more. I would stream more if I wasn't watching more of the guys out there. So everybody, again, have a good night. You know what? Practice. You know, the stream just basically pushes you to, and challenges you to try new things. You know, that's all it is practice. Doing stuff, you know. It's some people are naturals. I'm not a natural. I've been painting for 25 years. And I'm still not as good as some guys that have been painting for 3-4 years. So, but yeah, thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it. I will be coming out with my favorite piece, and that is Rucker Hauer's.
I've seen things
Such a good part.
you wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shore of Orion. I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near 10-house gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears.